Welcome back to Breaking the Silence. I'm Cassie, and the woman you guys all know and love, Rochelle.
Hey, BTS crew.
And today we're continuing our burnout conversation. So, in our last video, it was part one. We were discussing burnout and how it can happen, and how hard it can be to get out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and the effects as well. And this conversation is part two, where we will be talking about solutions.
Right.
How do we stop the burnout cycle, right? Um, if the last episode, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it, guys, so that you could continue with this one and you
Yes,
can
and I
be up
think
to speed.
I think a lot of people resonated with part one based on the feedback that we got. So it's even more exciting to do part two. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
part two will be about burnout recovery. A lot of us get stuck at the breaking point and we do not take the necessary steps for us to recover from burnout. So this will be a very insightful episode. So guys, I want you to go. I'm giving you all a few seconds. Go grab your journals, your notepad, your phone, if you're a tech savvy person. Yes, Cassie, show it to them because I mean, sometimes Cassie will make points that I find to be useful, so I'm going to be making my notes as well. I have my book right next to me, my notepad. So, guys, if you need a glass of water, now is the time to go get it. You need a glass of champagne, now is the time to get it. So let's get this conversation rolling. Yes.
Okay. So, as Rochelle said, we're focusing on burnout recovery. And sometimes rebuilding ourselves from the inside out can be a very uncomfortable process. But together, we can get it done. So, I want to start off by
Yes, we
saying
can.
burnout recovery is not a quick fix. It's not something you could just drink, something you can just do, and then it's fixed. It has to be something that you incorporate into your daily schedule to change certain habits, to change your mindset overall, to kind of get out of the burnout cycle.
Right.
It's not a productivity hack. It's about bouncing back, right?
Yes. Not
And
linear. I want to let persons know that burnout recovery is not linear. One day you might feel like you have it all together, and the next day it might feel like everything is crashing. But that's okay. That's all part of the healing process.
And something I learned is that burnout can change you. I have a friend who works overseas where she travels back and forth, and she talks to me about burnout a lot and how she became unrecognizable to her family and friends, and she didn't
Wow.
even realize it happening slowly, where she went from this bubbly person, loving, caring, always there to help, to much more distant, much more disconnected, you know, of course, still caring and still wanting to help, but coming from a different place, coming from a place of, you could tell that she's depleted and she's exhausted, you know.
Because
So,
burnout can really change you, like your whole outlook or perspective on life. You just don't enjoy the things that you used to enjoy. You have no zeal, no motivation. It really changes you, and you can't keep living your life like that. You need to take the necessary steps for you to feel like yourself again. So we're
of
gonna
course.
address this in this episode. So, guys, lock in. Okay, guys. So now we're getting into the meat of the matter. Um, the way I like to address burnout recovery, I like to break it down into three phases. So the first phase is like getting your nervous system back up, right? You want to keep your nervous system or get your nervous system to a point where it's regulated again, right? So this will include doing things like getting sufficient rest. Okay, so you have to
Very important.
ensure that you get the recommended 8, 7 hours sleep. You have to make that priority, right? You little actions like not having lunch at your desk, your workspace. You need to take time away from work. You need to be able to sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, and reflect. Because if you're having lunch and I mean your laptop or your desktop is right in front of you, you don't feel relaxed because everything is right there. It's like a reminder that OMG, I have so much to do. So when it's your lunch break, you take your lunch, you go. If you're mobile, you take a drive to the beach or wherever you have there's nice scenery and you have your lunch. So that you in that moment you're regulating your nervous system, right? And then you have things like maybe it's not lunch, right? When you I know some companies they give like a coffee break, so even when you're having your coffee, you take a walk outside the office, taking some fresh air, taking some
Mhm.
deep breaths, right? And also another thing that can help you regulate your nervous system is saying no. A
That's
lot
my
of us,
favorite one.
including
That's my
a lot
favorite one.
including myself, sometimes I find it so difficult for me to say no. But we need to say no sometimes, and not just say no and then you at night you feel so guilty or you crying and you sobbing. You have to say no firmly and not feel guilty, because this is you protecting your nervous system. Because there are some people they like to like they like to take advantage of you if they know you somebody that always says yes, 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 yes. So there are certain I'm not saying that everybody who asks you to do something for them to tell them no. You know, you have to be kind sometimes. But if you feel like you're in a space where you don't have capacity to um deal with anybody else, you have to say it in a nice way. Um I have so much going on right now. I really wish I could help, but I can't right now. And if the person you're saying that to doesn't understand, it means that they don't care for you. It's just as simple as that, because you need to be understanding. People go through things in life, so it's not every time they will be able to assist you or, you know, take
Mhm.
some people like they like to flood you. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. They like to flood you with their own challenges, right? And it's okay, but there are times that you have to protect yourself and say, can we speak about that a little later, because I'm not in a good mental space. You get what I'm saying,
Mhm.
Cassie? Yes.
Yes,
So
I do. Because you've I'm sure you've heard this saying, put your oxygen mask on first before you help
right,
somebody else,
right.
right?
Mhm.
So it simply means if you're drowning, you're not gonna be able to help anybody. Or the cup overflowing, right?
Yes,
If your
yes,
cup
that's a good
is
one.
empty, if your cup is empty, how you gonna pour? There's nothing to pour. You can't pour
Exactly.
into somebody else. So it's not
Right.
about being mean. It's not about being mean. It's not about trying to hurt anybody. It's about seeing that how are you ever going to truly help this person if you don't help yourself first? That's really what it is.
Yeah, because at this
And
point you're over giving. You're giving more than you currently have. Like,
mhm.
so we need to know how to find that balance and set boundaries.
Helping somebody or trying to forcing yourself to help somebody when you're not doing okay, the person will not receive proper help. That help will be frazzled help. That
Right.
help
It's coming
will
from
be
a
coming
place
from
of
a place
exhaustion.
of frustration of and it wouldn't do much for that person. So does it even make sense?
And
So
you
so don't
oh,
see it. Yeah.
and when
So
you're doing that, you're doing yourself an injustice, because you're overworking yourself even more after you're already exhausted and burnt out. You're overworking yourself even more. So
yeah.
guys, I want to say it again. It is okay to say no sometimes. It is
You
okay
ain't
to
gotta tell
say
me twice, girl. I be saying no, eh? You ain't
it's
gotta tell me
okay.
twice.
It's
And if you want me to say, if you want me to do it for you, Rochelle, let me know and I'll tell him no
okay.
for
No
you, my
problem.
girl.
No problem. We'll have your number on dial. It's okay, guys, to step away from your desk at work when it's lunchtime. It's okay to not want to. I don't know. That's just me. It's okay to not want to at lunchtime to stay indoors and socialize with your coworker because to me, I need another environment. Sorry.
So I think, and I've gone through this too, where sometimes companies like to create a culture where you have to be close with the people you work with. And I think it should be your choice. Not
It
not
definitely
everybody at work will
be
be
your choice.
not everybody at work
Right.
will be your cup of tea. There will be
Right.
some people at work who you just don't mesh well personality wise, and that's okay. The whole reason you're here in the first place is just to do the work. So I
Right.
don't think there's anything wrong. There's people at work, but because of personality differences, you all
Hmm.
have decided to just be co-workers, and that's okay. I think that's fine, and I
Yeah.
don't
And
think anybody should be
even
shamed.
about and sometimes it's not even about like not meshing with your coworkers or whatnot. Sometimes it's just that you need a break from work. So you being
Yeah,
around your coworkers, it makes it feel like you're still working, even though you're
at
not working.
work,
You have more
right?
conversation, right? So you need to take a drive, take a walk, just give
Yes,
yourself space to breathe, guys. It is really okay to do that. It is really okay, and
yeah,
the other persons, they should be understanding because I mean, people go through things. It's not only what people go through things at home, right? So on top of you going through whatever you're going through at home, you at work and you burnt out, right? And then you have to stay in that same environment. Your you're having your lunch in that same
mhm,
environment. You're hearing the manager or the supervisor speaking. So it stifles you, right? And what we
yeah.
want to
And
change is to regulate our nervous system.
yeah, and I think we need to stop worrying about whether the person will understand or not. That's not your business. Listen, the right people who are meant to. No, I know it's sorry. I know I can be a little jarring, but that's not your job to make
Right.
them understand what you need to be okay. Your job is to do what you have to do
Mhm.
to be okay. The people who understand will be the people that belong in your life. The people
That
who
is
don't
so true.
understand, that is their business. Let them don't understand away from wherever they are.
That is so
So
true.
I don't take on that burden about trying to make everybody understand you. That's not for you to do. Okay?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
for you to take care of yourself, be kind to others as kind as you can, and do what you can. Those people that are there with you whilst you being you, that's the people that belong with you. And it's as simple as that.
Yes. Yes. Agree. Okay.
Mhm.
So just to reiterate, phase one, regulate your nervous system. Do activities that will regulate your nervous system.